Today's episode of Conversations with Purr is proudly brought to you by Tiger Purrr Chai, chef-crafted, made from pure, natural ingredients, designed to activate your power within. I've had numerous conversations with people hailing positive thinking and being a positive person, and I want to put my spin on it with this conversation with Purr. I believe that optimism trumps positive thinking every time, because in the face of adversity, I will always choose optimism over positive thinking every time. Why? Because an optimistic brain is far more capable of shifting us forward than a brain that is stuck in fear, blame, and excuses. Positive thinking is a bandaid solution for the uncomfortable reality of a current situation. The positive thinker tries to shine a positive light on a negative situation, right? But it is scientifically proven that positive thinking doesn't work. It is unnatural for a human being to be positive and happy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Positive thinking doesn't actually help you as much as you might think. Trying to maintain only positive visions of the future while pursuing your goals will hinder your progress in achieving them. And so it is unwise to try to be positive all the time, and in business settings, this actually can be counterproductive, because we have moments of inner peace and we have moments of inner turmoil. If we have inner peace 24/7, we will stagnate. Inner turmoil makes us innovate, create, recalibrate. Inner turmoil inspires us to buckle down and make the strong, persistent effort that is necessary to find the solution and realize a feasible goal. The overemphasis on happiness at the expense of sadness might paradoxically limit your choices rather than increase them, because melancholy is an essential part of a full life. Emotions aren't bad. We learn from experiencing the full gamut of emotions. The so-called negative experiences and instincts, they're not to be denied. They are simply a part of life. The question is this: for how long will you hold on to that emotion? If you hold on to the emotions long enough, they become your identity. The spiritual entrepreneur possesses emotional mastery, you see, and allows themselves to sit inside the darkness for only a short period of time in order to learn from it. They understand that without the darkness, the light would not exist. Carl Jung said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." And so a natural balance exists in all things. Life and death, good and bad, happiness and sadness, pleasure and pain. The very idea that you should focus on positives and ignore negatives is not only delusional, but also a recipe for disaster. The spiritual entrepreneur has mastered the skills to come out of the darkness and get back into alignment to do what needs to be done. And so this is what optimism is about. Grit, calm courage, and resilience, sprinkled with a large dose of never-give-up-ology. This can also turn any situation around. The optimist always sees the big picture and holds strong the belief and faith in a better future. It is the absolute knowing that all will be amazing, even if things are not currently amazing. Scottish philosopher Thomas Carlyle backed this up when he wrote, "Permanence, perseverance, and persistence, in spite of all obstacles, discouragements, and impossibilities, it is this that in all things distinguish themselves the strong soul from the weak." Persistence. Persistence is a key characteristic of successful entrepreneurs, as is the ability to pivot for a higher calling when it is aligned with what we truly want. It's easy to be optimistic when everything is going great. It is crucial to be optimistic when things are not going so great. And in order to remain optimistic when times are tough, we must be at our most diligent at being aware of the story that we are consciously telling ourselves about ourselves and believe. It is important to escape the perspective of blame, shame, overwhelm, and despair. Martin Seligman writes that flexible learned optimism combined with true grit will help us to rise above pessimism and the depression that accompanies negative thoughts. Optimism is a way of thinking that embraces the reality of the current situation and then imagines a higher situation from a higher level of mind in search of a better perspective. Optimism requires your brain to come up with actions needed to shift to a better situation. The optimist knows in their gut that their beliefs and the words they use to speak to themselves and speak to others have a lot to do with what shows up in their life. The optimist knows that it is their thoughts and their feelings that create their destiny. What you focus on the most will always manifest in your life. It is the law. It is the law. Through habit, the victim will focus on the cost. The A player will focus on the value. The pessimist will focus first on all the ways it won't work. The possibilitarian will think of all the ways to make it work. The optimist will combine high-level thinking with elevated emotions, the elevated emotions such as hope, joy, gratitude, love, playfulness, and compassion to get them to where they want to go faster. Elevated emotions are the secret ingredient, you see. Elevated emotions combined with high-level thinking will raise our vibration to meet new levels of infinite possibility. And it is during the most difficult times that it is of the utmost importance to keep strong the gatekeepers of our mind and our heart. If we choose optimism and focus all our energy on the things that will get us to where we want to be, we will succeed faster. The brain science behind optimism proves it far more powerful than positive thinking every time.